Hi, welcome to day 11 of our 30-day yoga challenge inwards. Today we play. We're going to play with poses, with postures. We're going to have a little bit of fun, and we're not going to take anything too seriously. That's the thing about yoga, right? Is we're moving and we're flowing and getting to know our bodies, but we don't have to take it seriously. It's just about having fun, enjoying the movement, and getting to know yourself on a deeper level. I do recommend having a block handy, as it can be helpful, especially in one of the poses that we play in. So bring it along and let's begin. So we're going to just begin seated on our heels today. If this is not accessible to you though, you can just come through crossed legs, whatever feels best. When you've found your seated position, we're just going to lengthen up through our spine. And just take a moment to just pause, breathe, and find yourself in this space. Getting ready, getting set up for taking on the rest of your day. Or if you're towards the end of the day, just taking this moment for you. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead. And we're going to exhale, take our right hand down beside you, walk your fingertips out to the side and reach that left arm overhead, getting a nice side body stretch up that left side of the body. Now, can you open up a little bit more here? Can you open through that chest? Just play with it. See how it feels. On your next inhale, lifting the arms up overhead, and exhale, dropping that left hand down beside you, walking the fingertips out, reaching the right arm over. Side body stretch here. Can you open up the chest a little bit more? Find what feels good. Coming up through center on an inhale. Bringing the palms down in front of you and coming onto hands and knees. Now really grounding down into the knees here, grounding down into the hands, creating length through the spine from the crown of the head out the tailbone. And we're going to take our right foot and send it back. Keeping those toes tucked under for a moment. And then on your next inhale, lifting the foot off the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that right knee to the right upper arm. Just pausing here a moment. Lengthen that leg back. And again, bringing the right knee to the upper right arm. Sending it back. Final time, right knee meets upper right arm. Lengthening back. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that right knee in towards the nose and lengthen it out. Right knee comes in, lengthen long. Right knee comes in, lengthen long. Bringing the knee to the mat and pausing here for a moment. Tucking the left toes and extending through the leg. Lifting that left leg off the mat. Now this time again, we're going to bring the left knee to meet the left upper arm. Extending long. Left knee meets left upper arm. Extending long. Left knee, left upper arm. Extend it out. Then this time bringing the knee towards the nose before you extend. Knee comes towards the nose. Lengthening long. Knee towards nose. Lengthening long. Bringing the knees down to the mat. From here, we're going to walk the hands forward, a handprint, tuck the toes, lift the hips for your first down dog. As always, play in this pose, move, walk your dog a little bit, find what feels good. And then when you're ready, bending into the knees, lengthening through the spine for your down dog. Now in this down dog, we're going to ground down into our left hand, and we're going to lift our right hand off the mat and bring it towards our left leg, so it can come anywhere along the left shin, calf muscle to the left ankle, whatever feels good for you. Then looking up under that left elbow, left underarm. Right arm comes back to the mat, and this time left hand comes off the mat, anywhere along that right lower leg, looking up under the right underarm. Coming back to down dog, breathing here. Before bending your knees, looking between the hands and stepping forward. Lifting up halfway on an inhale, exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Roll those shoulders down away from the ears. Gently tilting the tailbone, grounding down into the feet. Lifting the right knee, as if it's on a marionette string. And then exhale, stepping back to a high lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. Breathing here. Opening up to warrior two. So dropping that back heel. Front heel is intersecting the back foot. Long through the arms. And from here, leaning forward, taking that left elbow to left knee. Right arm comes overhead. Lifting up as you inhale. Coming back through your high lunge. Hands to heart center, leaning into that front foot and stepping forward. Pausing here. Grounding down into that right leg, as if your left leg is on a marionette string, lifting it up. Exhale, step back for your high lunge. Reach the arms up overhead. Breathing here. And dropping that back heel, opening up for warrior two. Can you drop your shoulders a little bit more? Play in this pose. Notice how it feels. Can you open? Is there room for you to move? Right elbow, right knee, left arm overhead. And lifting up on an inhale, coming through your high lunge, bringing the hands together and stepping forward. Pausing here for a moment. Grounding down into that left foot, right knee lifts. Exhale, step back. High lunge. Open up to warrior two. Now we're going to move in this warrior two. So as you inhale, straighten through that front leg, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink in and hold. Left elbow, left knee. Now you can stay here if it feels good here. Otherwise, you can play a little by bringing that left hand to the mat. If you can't quite reach your mat, you can take your block on the inner side of that left foot. Whatever feels good for you here. Lifting up through warrior two. Coming back through your high lunge. Hands down in front of the heart and stepping forward. Grounding down into the right leg. Left knee lifts. Exhale, step back for high lunge. Breathe in here. Dropping that back heel, warrior two. Let's move. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower down and hold. Right elbow, right knee, left arm overhead. Now again, you can stay here if it feels good. If you want to play and come in deeper, you can bring that right hand to the mat. If it doesn't reach the mat, bring your block. Place your hand on your block. Whatever feels good for you here. Open up through that chest. Breathe in here. Then as you inhale, grounding down into that foot, lifting up through warrior two. Come through your high lunge. Grounding down into that front foot, stepping forward. Pausing for a breath. Ground down into your left foot. Lifting the right knee. Exhale, step back, high lunge. Breathe in here. Open up to warrior two. Move, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left elbow, left knee. Reach the arm overhead. Now choose your position again. You can play, come down a little further. You might even like to take a bind by bringing that left shoulder towards the left knee. Left hand behind you. Right arm comes behind you. Long, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the arms, and you'll bind. Breathe in here. And lifting up as you inhale through warrior two. High lunge. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart and stepping forward. Ground down into your right leg. Left knee lifts. Step back. High lunge. Exhale, open to warrior two. Move with it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Right elbow, right knee. Left arm overhead. Play with your position. Where do you want to go? Do you want to bring that right hand to the mat? Or do you want to take your bind by bringing the shoulder to the inner right knee? Right hand comes under. Left hand clasps the right. Open up long through the body. I don't know if you heard that before, but creaky old bones happening here. Now lifting up through your warrior two. Lifting up onto that back toe. High lunge. Hands to the heart center. Stepping forward. Pausing here a moment. Now from here, we're going to just walk our feet out as wide as the mat. Heel toe the feet out till they become as wide as the mat. We're going to sink our hips down, coming through Malasana. Breathe in here. Now from here we're going to take our hands down in front of us and we're just going to play a little bit. So hands come to the mat about maybe like 3 handprints away, and we're going to bring our knees and really press them into our upper arms, and our upper arms coming into our knees. Now here you can take your hands and you can just turn them in ever so slightly towards each other. I'm actually just going to step back a little bit so I'm a bit more over my mat. You can do the same. So arms and knees are coming together, pressing into one another. Our hands are coming down firmly on the mat, slightly turned in towards one another. We're going to become to lift up onto our toes, and we're just going to play with where our weight is. So we're going to lean over our legs, coming back to rest in Malasana, hands in front of the heart. Hands come back to the mat, and again playing with our weight distribution by grounding down into the hands, lifting up onto our toes, leaning over our arms, and you might take one toe off the mat, place it back down, lift the other toes off the mat, place it down, lowering back. Malasana, long through the spine. Bringing those hands back to the mat, and one more time we're going to have a play here. Coming forward, playing with your weight distribution, elbows into the legs, legs into the elbows, lifting one toe, then the other. Then you might play with lifting both toes, and then sinking back. Alright, from here just bring your block in behind you because I'm going to explain a little something. So sit your hips down on the block, keeping your knees wide, elbows into the knees, lengthening up through the spine. So we're now going to play with crow pose. Now crow pose is quite a challenging posture, and I don't want to put you off it at all, but it's just a pose that we really want to play with and have fun with. For me, there's been a couple of times I've gotten into crow pose, but really it's only if my mindset is correct and if my body feels good, if I've positioned myself correctly, that it happens, and that all these things have to align to make it work, right? It's not about the pose as much as it is about playing, having fun, trial and error. So I do recommend, if you are scared of falling, to grab a pillow and just place it right in front of you. If you are somewhere like me, I have a very soft carpet, so it's not so much of a worry. We're going to play with coming forward over our arms in crow, and our gaze, we want to fix it ahead of us rather than right down in front of us, because if we fix it right down in front of us, then we're going to topple down over ourselves. So fix your gaze a little bit further ahead, play with it, take one foot off the mat, then the other. If you don't feel comfortable taking both, then don't take both. It's not about the pose. Through this play, we're taking the actions to get there, and that's just as beneficial as actually getting into the pose. We're still working the same muscles. So from here, to play in this pose, we're actually going to lift our hips up off the block, and we're going to take our feet onto the block. So bringing our feet onto the block, and we're going to fold over our legs, then bend into our knees. And again, our hands are coming out in front of us, about shoulders distance apart. We're going to turn our hands in towards each other slightly. Now our knees are coming into our upper arms here. Our upper arms into our knees. We really want to firmly press the legs into the arms and the arms into the knees. Now we're going to be up on our tippy toes, and we're just going to take our time to bring our weight forward over our arms, taking that gaze out in front of you, lowering back down. Play with it again, lifting up, coming out over the hands, playing with that weight distribution. Now you can lift one leg and then the other, sinking back. Now if you can already come to crow pose, you don't have to play in this way. You can come to it if you feel ready, but just taking your time, taking the actions of getting there. So this time we're going to lift our hips up a little higher. Really lift, bring those knees into the underarms. Coming forward, and you might lift one foot, and you might lift the other. Playing with it. We're going to come through that one more time. Just playing, going to where you meet your edge, where you feel good. Cool. And then stepping our feet off the block. Now from here we're going to fold forward over the legs. Taking opposite elbows and just taking a little sway side to side. Now we're going to take that action again, this time without the block. So bringing the palms down in front of you. Grounding down into the hands, lifting the knees up into the underarms. And coming forward over the arms, lifting one leg and then the other. Sinking back. Grounding down into the hands, knees into the underarms, coming forward, playing with your crow. Then sinking back. From here, bringing the knees down to the mat, big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and sinking down into your extended child's pose. Just pausing here, allowing everything to just relax. Letting go. Walking the hands back towards the body, lifting up and coming to sit on your bottom. Now from here we're going to extend our legs out wide. Lengthening up tall through the spine. And we're going to take our right hand along our right leg and lifting our left arm up and overhead. See if you can open a little bit more through the chest here. On your next inhale, lifting up. Left arm comes along the left leg, right arm overhead. Can you open up more? So like I was saying before, it's never about the pose, it's taking the actions to get into the pose, where we work the same muscles. It's about having fun and not taking these poses too seriously. Lifting up through center, reaching the arms up overhead, and we're going to fold forward over the legs. Just come into where feels good for you. Lengthen through the body on an inhale and exhale, fold. And walking the hands back, coming up through center, taking the hands under the knees and just bringing the knees in together. And from here we're going to lower back onto our backs. Bringing the feet under the knees, grounding down into the feet, grounding down into the hands, and we're going to lift our hips up off the mat for bridge pose. Now can you lift the chest, lift the chin. Breathe here. Exhale, lower down. Bringing the knees into the chest. And we're going to come through happy baby. So sending the hips, heels up towards the ceiling, hands coming to the outside of the feet, knees coming into the underarms. And releasing the clasp of the feet, bringing the knees into the chest. Rocking a little side to side. Before lowering the feet to the mat and extending the legs out long. Allowing the feet to drop open. Arms come down beside you, palms faced up. And breathing here, just letting go of the attention on the breath. Letting go of the movements you've just been through, letting go of the day, and just being here now in this moment. From here, beginning to take some gentle movements through the fingers and the toes. Making those movements bigger through the wrists and the ankles. Stretching the arms up overhead before bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Just pausing for a moment to find space for gratitude. Honouring yourself for taking time and having a play. For not taking the postures too seriously. And then grounding down into the hand and lifting up to sit. As you inhale, reach those arms overhead, bringing the palms together, and exhale, bringing them down in front of the heart. I hope you had fun today and that you played in your postures, that you just enjoyed it and didn't take it too seriously. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you can bring some play into your day, then I recommend that you do. Where can you find space for play? I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. If you liked this class, then you know what to do. Hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see when videos drop, then hit the notification bell. I will see you tomorrow for day 12. Bye.